Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 125th edition of Cinema Effect. I'm Zach, and I'm joined by PWSA's number one fanboy, Jaden.
What? Sorry, what was that?
PWSA's number one
sorry.
fanboy,
I
Jaden.
I didn't catch the WS. I was like, I thought you said the Fitzies and said my name.
I did it right, though, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
Paul W.S. Anderson. Yeah, I did. Okay. Very good, very good. And we also got the Keeper of Children, the ASMR enthusiast, a.k.a. Fitzy, a.k.a. Liam.
Oh, okay. Hey, going with the worst one today. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the worst two, actually.
That's all right.
Is episode 125, is that like a Diamond Jubilee? Or so, you know what I mean? Like, is there a word for that? There's like
Diamond Jubilee.
I don't know what Diamond Jubilee is, but there's like, you know, there's a term for some amount of years. Or some amount of number or something.
Like
there's like the Golden
like when
Jubilee.
when you live for that long? Is that what it means?
Well, I think in the context of the Queen, this is probably all timed, but it was about how long her reign was. So this is like I try to figure out how long our Cinema Effect reign is, and like.
Well, 125 is a very nice number.
Diamond is 75th or 60th. Apparently, it can double as both.
Right. So, but I guess there's just nothing for 125 because no one's living that long. No one's reigning.
Fuck me.
What the?
Yeah, don't worry. There's a word for it. It's
anyone,
just a few cues. Yeah.
Bunch of gibberish.
Has anyone ever lived to 125?
It's a great question.
Isn't like 130 the oldest, but it's like not official?
What does that mean? Not official?
I thought officially it was like 115 or something.
It was definitely some Japanese dude in a peaceful Zen garden or something.
At the moment, Japanese. The oldest living is 118.
Oh, shit. Is he Japanese or she?
No, they're French.
Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah, that's strange.
Good for them.
Yeah. 122 seems to be the oldest. Yeah, this is riveting banter to start the show.
Damn. That's wild. That's life goals right there for real. Or maybe not. Maybe they really just want to die. I've got no idea. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, totally irrelevant in every way. This is Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is Ocean's 13, which opened in the US on the 8th of June, 2007. Once again, directed by Steven Soderberg. It's a crime thriller. And the synopsis says, Danny Ocean rounds up the boys for a third heist after casino owner Willie Bank double-crosses one of the original 11, Reuben Tishkoff. Very good. Fitzy, Ocean's 12 number one fan over here. What do you think of its sequel? Did it live up to the hype?
No, it didn't live up to the hype. It was... it was a bit okay-ish. It was... I think the charm is worn off in this one. And it's kind of not... it's not very entertaining. It's kind of very half-assed. I feel like they underutilize like Al Pacino and... I don't know. Everything's just a bit like half-assed, as I said. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty mediocre.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Jane? You seem to agree.
Yeah, mostly. I think it was stronger than the first one, but far weaker than the second one. Maybe it's only stronger than the first one because I gave it more attention because of how much I enjoyed 12. Yeah, I still thought it was strong. I think Al Pacino was fine. I don't think it was underutilized. I think he was there as much as he needed to be. I don't know. I think it was fairly typical kind of heist stuff that we've seen from this franchise before. Yeah, I don't know. It was right.
Sure. I liked it, to be honest. Like I feel like our points of comparison between each other of how much we liked each one is like, oh, it's actually mainly me. I'm the outlier. Like I'm so off with you guys on this franchise that it's like I shouldn't be surprised. But like I don't know. I thought that this one was simple, and I don't know. Maybe my expectations were so. I feel like finally I've come to accept what this franchise is. It took me 2 movies, and now just throwing on this one, not really having any expectations for it, just hoping to all the strengths we talked about with 12 of it just being fun and breezy scene by scene. I just really going into it wanted to try and embrace that, and I did, and I liked it. Like I think maybe it was purely a mindset thing, but I don't know. It also helps that the plot is discernible and I can make sense of what's happening very easily. And that's not to say, it was great or anything, but like, yeah, I don't know. I went in and I was pleasantly surprised overall, I think. I think for me, this is fairly similar to the first one, fairly on par with it. So yeah, I don't know. On Al Pacino, I was surprised to see him in this movie. I had no idea he was in this movie, and I thought he was a blast. I thought he was great. It's just Al Pacino walking around the casino yelling at people. I'm down. You know what I mean? So like he was a highlight for me. Yeah, I mean that's right. He is great. What are you thinking when you think he's underutilized, Fitzy? Because that's an outrageous take. How dare you?
Well, I did not expect to be on the defensive. I thought you guys would get on with it. I don't know. He's really great. Like he's the best like in every scene he's in, but it's just not there enough. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Plus the way they kind of deal with him is kind of, I don't know. Like he's just another guy who gets owned.
That's true.
At the end.
Yeah. That's totally true. That's fair enough. I read that they shot all of his scenes in 3 weeks. So like he was very much just like they convinced him to be in the movie. I read through a mutual contact, they convinced him, and then he was sort of just in and out. They sort of just smashed his scenes out. I mean, 3 weeks isn't a short period of time, but I think for the length of the production, so that's fair. That's fair. I think they basically shot everything on that one place with him too. He didn't have to do too much. But yeah, every scene he is in is really fun. I particularly really like the scene. I mean, shout out to Andy Garcia and Al Pacino reuniting, of course, from the seminal Godfather Part 3.
Oh yeah. Sure.
That one scene where I don't know the scene where they basically con Al Pacino. Willie Bank is his name. They con him into giving them the main position in the casino because Terry comes up and he's like, "Oh, I want this guy in my casinos," and then Al Pacino just retaliates. You know what I mean? I don't know any of these characters' names. I'm trying so hard. Any of the 11.
Danny Ocean.
Rusty. Ocean. Dude, I actually turned to Jake and I said, wait, is Brad Pitt's name Rusty in this franchise? Because I had no prior idea of that. But
so, yeah, I didn't know till the last movie, like the end. I'm like, oh yeah, his name's Rusty.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, so there's Danny, Rusty,
Saul,
Reuben.
Saul's a standout. Yeah. Reuben's only important in this film.
Who's Reuben?
The guy who has a heart attack when Al Pacino tells him to get lost, to get stuffed. The guy at the start who the whole thing's about. The whole
that's Eddie, is it? I had no idea.
Oh.
No, Eddie is... Oh, Roman. Fucking Roman is Eddie, is it not? Wait, hold on, who are we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about Reuben, not Roman. Yeah, sorry.
Who's Reuben?
Who's Roman?
But yeah, that's another question.
I don't know, but it was in Ocean's 12 as well. I can't remember, but I was like, who the fuck's that?
He's not the other twin, is he? He's not like Casey Affleck's brother.
No, that's Khan. That's James
Scotty.
Khan.
Yeah, James, isn't it Scott Khan? Am I wrong?
Yes, he's his son.
Oh my god, we know nothing about this series, and we've watched them now.
Wait. So,
yeah, Scott Khan is Casey Affleck's brother.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his name in the... Okay.
Elliot Gold, that's Reuben. That guy was in The Long Goodbye. Yeah.
Oh, Eddie Izzard is the guy they're consulting at the start, right? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Brad Pitt and George Clooney go to him.
Yeah.
Right, and run everything by him.
The French guy.
No, he wasn't French, was he? He was English.
Don't think so, yeah.
Wait, what? The guy...
It was some white dude.
You mean the guy who's like with them the whole time, like the casino owner guy? Like the one whose friend made...
Who made the machine, yeah.
The security system? Yeah, he was French.
He wasn't French.
Okay, dude, he was French.
He didn't have an accent.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah, didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh, what's this guy? Oh,
pull the film up now. Pull it up.
Oh my god.
Pulled up, Jamie. Yeah, I will. Wait, Ocean's 13.
Can I say while we solve that I'm on Al Pacino's side in this movie, and that Reuben is a fucking loser, and he deserves it.
Oh, dude.
I just want to
Wow.
say that. I just want to say my
I knew
piece.
you'd come in with this take.
Dude. Okay. Well, first of all, I was just so confused by the entire film's premise and motivation for anything happening in this entire movie is we all need to stick by our friend Reuben. You know, he's been conned. Oh, we need to do this for Reuben. We all need to come back to since when does anyone here give a shit about Reuben ever? Right? It was just really odd to me. I was like, why is this happening? I somewhat appreciated that the film at least tried later on to have Danny and Rusty. Wow, I'm using their characters' names. Well done. They had a chat about how much Reuben means to them and how they grew up with Reuben. And there's that scene where they're standing next to they're in Las Vegas somewhere, standing next to the water, and they're talking about sharing their childhood memories of Reuben and how he taught them a lot in the business and all this sort of thing. I was like, okay, thank you for at least trying to explain why Reuben means something to these people. Because prior, I was like, why the hell are they risking so much for this guy? Especially when, dude, Reuben, Al Pacino, Willie Bank played him, dude. He got him. It was business. It wasn't personal, as Al Pacino said.
But there's a code. There's a code amongst people who've shaken hands with someone.
Shake Frank Sinatra's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's bullshit, dude. You got winners are winners in business. You know what I mean?
But codes
Willie
are
Bank.
important.
Nah,
the whole
Willie
Ocean's
Bank
12 was about how Vincent Cassell broke the code.
Was it?
Yeah.
I have no recollection of that.
Because Vincent Cassell fucking snitched or whatever. Well, he broke the code somehow. He did something wrong. Right?
I just remember where he danced in the lasers.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I can't remember.
I swear Vincent Cassell broke the code and fucking...
Broke the code.
What, like the thieves' code? The code of honor?
Yeah.
Honor among thieves? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so when Reuben rolled over and had a heart attack, I'm like, dude, you're a pussy. Come on, man.
Oh, so yeah, what happened at the start with Al Pacino and Reuben? Did he force him? Was he going to kill him? Is that the thing? So he made him sign over? Is that what happened?
I don't think so.
There was definitely a threat there, and it seemed like it was going to push him off the building if he didn't sign over.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but it wasn't like he was going to... He just wanted him to sign over. That was all that was.
Yeah, but the bodyguard was there to push him over if he didn't.
Sure. But it's not like he intended for him to die no matter what.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
But was that his play? Is that the only... Because why would he sign over otherwise? Would there be a reason? Is that just what it was? He was just forcing him to sign or to kill him?
Yeah, don't know. Can't answer that. I thought there might have been something else to it, but I could be. I might be making that up. There was some other legal thing that he'd realized he'd been a legal technicality he'd gotten around, but I don't know. The scene was pretty quick. I don't think you meant to ask too many questions about that scene, to be honest. It was very much just a motivating tool for the rest of it. So yeah. Oh, did you guys have this? Any takes on Reuben, and did you want to abuse him, or? I just mainly, I guess, the point I'm sort of joking, but the point I'm trying to make is that I sort of just found Al Pacino really easy to root for in this movie, and I sort of just wasn't really behind the motivation the whole time anyway. Which, who really gives a shit about motivation in this series? To be fair, but
yeah, that's true. Well, I wanted Al Pacino to win. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Why?
I agree.
What the fuck?
He's Al Pacino.
He's just a badass. Yeah, he's great. You gotta love him.
But the film so clearly pushes him as a villain. I know he's a businessman doing business and it all's fair, but the film very clearly sets him up as a villain and as ruthless.
Yeah, it tried. It didn't work for me though.
Well, I think it did.
Yeah.
There was lots of threats and shit.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way for me to argue with you, Jaden, other than to admit I'm heartless, so I'm not going to push this any further.
But he's so fun to watch, though. You know?
Yeah. He just, he's a ruthless businessman. He just wants his goddamn Diamond Award. That's all he wants.
It's fun to watch Hitler and Inglourious Bastards. Do you root for him?
Checkmate.
Yeah, fuck you there, yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Say yes to it.
Oh man. Okay. Wow. I don't know. So for me, like, going back to what I mentioned, like, my enjoyment of this movie going into it, it really was just based in the scene by scene, the fun, crazy stuff sort of happening, and not thinking too hard about it. And that's where I found my enjoyment. And there are tons of moments like that. I don't know, like,
the whole
yeah.
Mexico plotline is fucking phenomenal.
Literally was about to say that.
Yeah, I like that's the best part of the film.
Yeah, I actually love that part. It's good.
Yeah, it's very funny that Casey goes there and hinders everything, the entire operation, by starting this this strike, which is very fun. But this is the problem with this franchise, right? Like, all I wanted to do was just have this fun moment where we can enjoy a fun Casey Affleck scene. But then I can't help myself but ask, why was he there? Like, what were they trying to manufacture?
Dice, and they were trying to figure out a way to.
Oh, the magnetized dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were rigging it. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good answer for that. That's good.
Yeah, this plot point is a good answer for your confusion. Fucking.
Well, it is. It was. I was confused. I didn't understand. I knew there was something they were manufacturing, but the dice was the good answer. That's good. Yeah, so that was fun. I also love Oprah in the film. I thought she pulled in an incredible performance here. For real though, come on. Like, the scene where Terry goes on Oprah is like killer, right?
No, it's banger. Yeah.
No, that was bad.
No, I really liked it.
That wasn't funny. Come on.
I like both Oprah scenes. I don't like Oprah, but I like both Oprah scenes.
Oh, both Oprah scenes were great.
Yeah.
No, they're just fucking cringe. They're not funny.
Really?
I think Oprah is like where.
Wow.
I think in Mexico and the Oprah scenes were like where it was most like Ocean's 12, which is kind of this kind of random funniness.
Sure.
That is like kind of throughout Ocean's 12.
Yeah. Especially the first Oprah scene where Brad Pitt like starts sniffing at it.
Yeah.
When he's like, they're giving that to the kids? Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so random. That was so good. Oh, you don't like Terry going on Oprah and like having to bullshit his way through, like, caring about the cause, about this donation he's made.
Oh, okay, that was okay, but the first scene is bad. Like where they like are watching Oprah and crying. That shit is not
really?
funny. No, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. Damn. Okay. I'm just surprised. I thought for sure you'd love that scene. Oh well.
Oh no, you have me
I thought
wrong.
you
You don't know me after 125 episodes, Zach. How do you feel?
Obviously not.
125 episodes. How many years of friendship before that? How much hours spent?
0, apparently. Jeez.
Yeah.
God damn it! All right, steady on. I also love just the idea that, I mean, it's no secret I like Andy Garcia in these movies, so it was fun to see him on the other side and trying to help out the crew. I thought that was a fun dynamic to add to it that I wasn't expecting. Even like, I know there was we talked about it in the synopsis, like teaming up with old enemies or whatever.
Oh yeah, well, both right.
It was both of them.
Yeah,
both old enemies. Which was
they didn't team up with Vincent Cassell, but he was there. Yeah, so,
he was there,
yeah.
which I was very happy about. When Vincent Cassell turned up for the first time, I was like, "Hey!" I did actually do that. Just so you know. I did audibly do that. So I was happy about that. But I know it was like, even I would have expected Terry to be involved in like the way he's involved in the first scene where they go to him for money. I would have figured that would have been it. So I was surprised and quite entertained by the fact that he was like actually there and sort of had a little role to play. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. And I like to think that, I think I talked about it in the first review that, like, I like to think that he earned a bit of respect. They earned a bit of his respect by the heist they pulled on him. So, like, him now being a part of it he's sort of like, I like to think he's sort of like inside geeking out about it. Like he's having a blast, you know.
Do you often have audible reactions to films or to products in any way?
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
I don't know about like I don't know what often means, but like, yeah, it's.
Well,
yeah.
how often would it occur?
Semi-regularly, yeah, sure.
And I don't mean laughing because like laughing's
No.
laughing's an expected thing, but I mean like sighs or gasps or like kind of like unforced kind of vocal reactions of like shock and awe.
Well, usually when something shocking happens,
Or like how you pointed out, with your little like hey like thing with Vincent Cassell. Like
Yeah.
how,
Yeah, and sometimes I'll say, "Oh my god," or something. But usually, it's not often. That's the thing. You've made it audible. Like it's not often audible. Like I physically react often.
physical
like a-
how like
like
you
a smile,
look
or
around
I like,
shit.
or I don't know, do something like this, or like like put my hands on my head, or like, dude, someone needs to put a camera on me while I watch Succession because it's all I do. Every 2 minutes, I'm like, oh no, oh god, oh Jesus, oh.
You're emoting.
Like I'm emoting constantly watching that show. So yes, I've especially been doing it a lot lately. Yeah. Is this all to say that this is foreign to you, Jaden? Or are we the weird ones?
I think it happens very rarely to me, but like I just when I'm watching shit with like my sister and she'll like gasp or some shit, or like whenever we rewatch Harry Potter, she has the exact same reactions at the exact same time every time, to the point where like I look at her, like I know the scene's coming and I know how she's gonna react, so I say it before her, and then she just like it's just like I like it pisses me off when she does it, and like she does it. I wouldn't say often, but like when we do watch shit together, she does like it is like kind of a semi-regular thing. So I was like, no.
I remember your trailer reaction where you're just blank the whole time. So I think if that gives you a good idea of, your habits.
Me.
Yeah, I remember you watched that trailer and you thought it was really good, but you just like blanked the whole time.
I don't know.
You were just immersed. You were just
you're like blank for like 2 minutes, and you're like, oh, that was really quality. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. But that adds another layer to it, though, doesn't it, Jaden? Like if you've seen it before, like I don't know if I would react to something I've seen, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Fucking like the thing is like every time we get to episode 5 and like Umbridge appears, I know the exact moments that she's going to call Umbridge a bitch, and I'm like fucking that.
Oh wow. That's great.
Yeah, I think I very like I think it happened recently where like because it's not tension related. It's just like when something's dragging on too long, I'm just like and then like there's like another complication. I'll be like I'll groan. Like it's not out of like a it's not I don't know. It's a different kind of reaction, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I do it
annoyance.
often. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, but no, you're right. Laughing doesn't count.
No.
This is interesting. We should do reaction content and like to see the differences in all of us.
Well, you did reactions to Bad Batch or some shit.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Like my reaction to the Bad Batch, other than like in those videos, like I'm obviously fully aware I've got a microphone right here, so I'd say things I wouldn't say otherwise. I commentate certain like moments or whatever. But generally, like my reactions, my faces and stuff, that'd be pretty authentic to what I would do otherwise. I think.
Well, how about like when playing games, like Liam, like you're in a ranked league match? Are you pretty vocal or like what?
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah. Well, not anymore because I got silver, so I'm not playing anymore.
You got what?
I got silver, which is not like a huge achievement, but I was trying to get silver. So
I'm sure that's like top 63% of players or some shit like that.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway,
But hang on. Now that you got that though, does that you got it permanently? You don't have to like keep it up?
Oh well, it's based on a season. Like you get yeah, so it deletes it after the season. Yeah.
But you've got it now for this season, like it's there.
Yeah. So my OPGG, if I just leave it as it is, it'll say silver in 2022, Right. And then next year I can get gold, and then platinum the next year after,
Oh,
it'll be a nice like, escalator kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just never play again though, because this was a painful 3 months, But I do bang the desk quite a lot and swear quite a lot, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I've broken about 3 mouses, I think. 3 miles.
Really? You're a mouse breaker. Holy shit. I did not expect that.
He's a rage gamer. Neither did I. Yeah.
Didn't I have a shitty mouse now. I used to have these massive mouses. You know those ones where like you got like the thumb, I think like little thumb.
It's like the extra buttons on the side.
Extra buttons on the side.
Yeah.
I used to have these massive ones. Yeah.
Damn.
They're all
Okay.
gone now.
Excellent. So with Ocean's 13,
sorry.
Sorry, I think we'd already recorded the episode. And this was our after episode chat. But with this film, did you guys have any thoughts on the music and the style as it continues throughout? Because I know it's been one of the talking points for me. Like I don't know, the music really vibed with me this time. I found myself there. Speaking of reactions, I found myself like often just sort of vibing to the music in this movie compared to the rest of them. And also, like I know that the film does it, I think, twice, where it does the interesting thing. One of you guys can probably describe it way better than me, but I'm going to sound like a layman. When it does the thing where it has like three or four different clips on the screen at once, all separated by bars. Whatever the hell that's called. It does that a few times, which I really liked. I especially really liked. I thought it was really stylish during the grand opening sequence. I thought that was really, really cool. So yeah, I don't know. For me, like I know this whole series has been doing this sort of stuff. Like it's nothing new to it, but I feel like again maybe a mindset thing. But it just really clicked with me this time. I felt like it really found its footing stylistically.
Damn. Just as I get sick of this, you start to like it.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But I know, Fitzy, you said the music last time 12 was like a strong music thing for you. How did you feel about this one?
I didn't really pay attention to the music this time. Yeah, I don't know.
So you weren't bopping?
Bopping? No.
I was bopping. Any ideas what that's called, by the way, when the clips come across the scene like the screen like that?
I'm pretty sure it's just split screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with my advanced media education of Year 12 media, when we talked about it there, we called it split screen. No.
But okay, and it can be called split screen regardless of how many individual sort of shots there are.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. No, I love that stuff. I think when it's done well, I really like it. I've got a note here. Saul slaps his ass ? Did that happen? And I don't know who he is.
Saul was the guy who pretended to be the diamond inspector guy.
Yeah, that was fun. All of Saul's acting jobs throughout this franchise have been fun, in my opinion.
When was it?
But he slapped someone on the ass at some point, or on the back.
Oh, Al Pacino, I think. Didn't he?
Right.
Did he?
Right.
And then Willie Bang looked at him really.
Yes, that did. So that's what that was.
I don't know if he did that, but I think Willie looked at him afterwards.
Right. So my question, I do recall that. So my question was, did he slap him on the ass or the back? Because he did slap him. How low did he go?
Yeah, interesting.
Might need a reanalysis of that shot. All right, Jane, pull it up.
What, me? I have no idea. Like, are you talking about earlier in the film or late?
No, it was sort of maybe 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah,
2/3 of the way through.
Something like that. It happened.
Let me whip out.
You have to find with that one moment though. It's very. It's going to be hard to find.
Yeah, it will.
2/3 of the way through. Do you reckon?
Yeah, maybe that's sort of a ballpark.
It's probably when the casino, money stealing is happening, but before Greco shuts down. Because Al Pacino isn't in Greco yet, so.
One particular thing I did really like, sort of relating to that, was the sequence where Casey Affleck was photoshopping all of their IDs on the spot.
Oh yeah, so that's what he was doing, is photoshopping them.
Yeah, I guess so. He was doing it. It made no sense. There's no humanly way. None of the tech stuff in this movie makes any sense. You just have to buy into it. But that was fun. He was messing with all their facial proportions and stuff, making them clone versions of themselves.
Oh, the Willie's assistant looked like Cameron Diaz. I thought that earlier, and then my mom was convinced it was Cameron Diaz. And I was like, it's not Cameron Diaz, but it looks like her.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good point.
Sorry, that was just
No.
my one point there.
I agree. Jane, how did you feel about Matt Damon's fake nose?
It was very, very strong, very Eastern European nose. I was very happy for my representation on screen.
Nice. Yeah.
So Saul is slapping Al Pacino, correct? Is that what we're looking for?
I believe so. Any thoughts on his nose, Fitzy?
I didn't like those scenes really, with Matt Damon and the assistant.
Oh yeah, as they were getting a bit horny there.
Man, it was a bit date rapey.
Not true. Yeah.
The fake nose Matt Damon wears is an in-joke reference to the Brothers Grimm, in which director Terry Gilliam wanted the actor to wear a fake nose, but the studio vetoed it.
It's a reference to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. Yeah, I found it.
How far?
Wow,
in is it?
really?
Oh, he does tap his ass. 44. 126.44 on Stan.
Yes! I knew it.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't know.
You think he slaps him on the ass?
Oh, he did. He does.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Fantastic. I'm so validated.
But Al Pacino's reactions is interesting. It's like it's
He
the
just
first
stares at
clue
him.
that something's just not right, and like
Yeah.
he wants to say something, but like he can't risk the award.
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Oh, God.
Oh my god. That's like real deep for Al Pacino as a victim.
Oh,
in
my
that scene.
God. Yeah, that one moment just made me like the movie a lot more. Yeah.
Oh, nice. May as well finish off my trivia here. Matt Damon's London street scene, showing Linus walking through London speaking on the phone, was shot while Matt Damon was in London filming The Bourne Ultimatum. The Ocean's 13 production crew took advantage of this happy coincidence, as they wanted the character to be a British classmate of Reuben Nagel. Oh, the character Greco. I don't know who. Oh God, I don't know who that is.
I think Greco
thus-
is like the security system, and like the security system was named after
Yeah.
the creator.
So we met the
don't know.
creator in this film.
Yeah, he's standing in the security in the.
Oh,
security
that
room.
guy. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. I thought he was just like the security, like the. I didn't realize.
Oh,
He made it.
he's the one in the casino in the security room.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's why he's
Anyway,
such an expert, right? Okay. Cool.
So it played well for the story. Did that scene stand out to you guys? Because the second I saw it, I was like, something is wrong. They someone who was not working on this movie shot this scene, and the color saturation was demented on my screen. It was very weird.
It's just because England's grey.
It was bizarre. It was like someone like accidentally hit the wrong saturation setting, and it stuck out to me immediately. It was very odd, and I was actually like validated to see this. I was saturated to see this. I was validated to see this in the trivia afterwards, because I was like, "Oh, that makes sense now."
Dude, it
as to
looks like
why-
it's from Bourne. Like, it's so blue.
It's so blue, but it's like it's even too blue for Bourne though. Like it's
Yeah, it looks really weird.
it's like it's trying to imitate Bourne. I don't know. It's so weird.
Maybe it's
I
a
think
reference to Bourne. There you go. It's an in-joke.
Dude, there's so many in-jokes in this thing. Steven Soderberg, I think he was having too much fun with this. I think he was just like making a movie for himself at this point with like $50 million.
Even the
Which I
camera
mean,
work
respect.
kind of feels Bourne-ish, because like it's kind of shaky and like tracking.
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
It's an in-joke.
How do we feel about the fact that this film completely ditches the romantic interests? No
Oh,
Julia
yeah,
Roberts.
I was wondering where she was. Also, that's
Yeah.
They reference her at the start. I don't remember what they say, but
do they?
they acknowledge it. Yeah,
Oh, it's not a
there's
job for
line.
her or whatever, right?
Something
it's not
like
her
that.
job, but yeah, something like that.
Oh,
Something
not
like
her fight or whatever.
Not her fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had to go back on that because I thought they said not her flight. But
I
no,
thought they
that's
said that
flight.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
flight.
Okay. Well, that's some bullshit, but okay. They just didn't. Yeah. I mean, I guess they just realized that she isn't worth $15 million. So fair.
Yeah, but it's a bit sad that they're not in that. Oh, Brad Pitt's girlfriend from the last one.
Yeah. Especially that, because that felt like such a big, like that was so core to that film. I felt that romantic thing that was going on, that subplot in 12,
Mm.
to get it just completely dropped. Yeah.
That's another thing. I feel like that Brad Pitt and like Rusty and Ocean's conversations in this aren't as good, or they don't have
Yeah,
as much.
true. True.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see that. I was still enjoying them because they just have good chemistry on screen, but yeah.
Mm.
I feel like Vincent Cassell deserves more screen time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he didn't
Audio
do a lot,
time.
did he? He was just
Yeah. I mean, I was glad he was there, because knowing the series, like, he very well could have just not been in the movie, but...
Who are the 13?
Okay, so there's no way we're going to try and name them all. So
No, but,
instead, you've got to figure out by
because-
subtraction and
Because
addition.
each one was adding a person, right? But in this one, you remove Julia Roberts, so you have to add 2. So you add Andy
Yes.
Garcia to replace that, so you get 12.
and
is
I
it-
assume
is
the
it
French
Romans?
guy?
The French guy.
Oh, he's English. Yeah, he's English.
He's
So as
English.
well.
Yeah.
The
Reuben.
French English the guy, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So he's the 13, right?
I suppose.
Because then I was
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because did you read in the trivia for Ocean's 12 where like there was like a fierce online debate back in 2004 about who the 12th one was?
Who is the 12th? That's actually so good.
Because like they were like, oh, it's Julia Roberts. It's not Julia Roberts because she was already in Ocean's 11 and she was counted as one of the original 11, and it's actually this person and that person, whatever.
So adding like who is the extra one person?
Yeah, they were trying to figure out who the 12th is. Yeah,
It's unbelievable. I mean, in a sequel where it's called Ocean's 12, where the whole point is that it's a team of 12, I feel like they had one job, and it's to clearly explain who the additional person is.
well, it'd be Julia
So-
Roberts.
Yeah,
right?
Julia Roberts.
Like that. Like that's what I think.
was-
But then, like, if there was fierce online debate, then you know,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
then
know.
there's obviously like, I don't know.
Am I going to count if she was in the original 11 or not? Absolutely not.
Because
So,
I can't remember what the exact thing was, but like I think people were talking about like Vincent Cassell is like the unintentional 12th, or like Brad Pitt's girlfriend is part of the 12 or some shit like that.
right.
And like people were just like
Nah.
disagreeing.
No,
Vincent-
it's
no.
quite simple.
No, the goddamn Brad Pitt's girlfriend and Vince Cassell are not in the 12.
But then who was?
I get it all comes down to if Julia Roberts was counted in the original
as the
11
original
or not,
11, right? And it
which
seems
I'm
like-
not going to figure
I
out.
think
Yeah.
some people were counting her as the original 11, and that's why they were saying other people were the 12, whereas other people were counting, you know.
Right.
And
So,
I think
okay.
Reuben became part of the equation. Was Reuben part of the 11? You know.
that's a fair question, though, because he doesn't really do anything except sit at home and put them together.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, yeah.
fair. Is he a
No,
part
he's
of it?
part of the 11. Yeah, he starts
Is
the
he?
whole thing. Reuben, yeah, sure.
But he didn't even... Did he do anything in the second one?
I think he funds them still, doesn't he?
You got to think about who's in on the plan. In 11, there's 11 people in on the plan. In 12, Julie Roberts is in on it
But
because
is
she's
there-
part
Because
of the
there's
plan.
debate on whether Julia Roberts counts as like a.
Well, actually, there's more people part of the plan if you count the bodyguards and like the little additions.
Yeah, like that guy who gets the
But
cameo
those
in all
people,
three. Yeah.
but those people are surprises. They're not like suppressed. Like you're not supposed to know they're part of it because that's part of the movie to like surprise you that they're part of it. Like Matt Damon's dad in this
Oh
one.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
Matt Damon's mum is part of the. Is she part of the? 12?
Yeah, she put it 12. Yeah.
Dude, if you were to work this shit out,
How
it's
many-
actually like
20.
Oceans. The first one is like Oceans 10, and the second one is like Oceans 20. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
How
the
many
objective
is,
answer.
There you go. That's how to reignite a 16-year-old debate.
God damn it. I think I'm well and truly done.
I don't think I had anything to discuss to start with.
Everyone knows that by listening to this. Oh wow. I like the opening logos actually, I will say that. They were classy. Alright, let's get to our final verdicts for Ocean's 13. Fitzy.
I think I'd still give it a 7. Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Ooh.
Maybe not in line with what I said at the beginning, but you know,
Sure,
still
how you feel
positive.
now?
It's still a positive experience. Yeah, maybe I changed a bit, but yeah.
Nice. You realised how good the Oprah scene was.
No, yeah.
Very good. And, no, it was the Al Pacino getting slapped on the ass.
Oh yeah, that was it.
That's what pushed
basically.
it over.
Yeah, sure.
Oh god, I'm going to give this a 7. I actually think it's. I don't know. I have the first one a 6. I think it's pretty equivalent to the first one in my mind, but I'm going to give it a 7 just for the factor of like when it finished, I was sort of uplifted by it exceeding my expectations, I guess. So I was happier with it than I thought. I'm happy with that. I'll give it a 7. Jaden.
Yeah, you see, I was feeling a 6, but I gave the first one a 6. So kind of just to differentiate them, to kind of tier them, you know, I'll stick a 7 on this one too. Just to like, you know, highlight like it's probably a stronger 6. It's a 6 to me, but it's a stronger 6 than the original. So like, you know, just to give it that you know that degree of separation, you know.
Yeah. I get you. Well, we talked about so little of substance in that discussion, but I actually feel like in a fun meta way, that's actually quite reflective of the movie in that like it's an enjoyable watch. I don't really remember anything about it. There's not really much to say about it.
We were distracted as the movie is.
Yeah, exactly. And it does its own thing. It's pretty wild and it's just, you know, it's enjoyable for what it is. Yeah. Whether or not this podcast is enjoyable for what it is I guess entirely up to you. But oh god, it's enjoyable to record anyway. I'll say that.
So what's your final tier ranking then of the films then? Because I think me and Liam is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Well, I think actually Liam, are you clear? Hold on. How are you?
Yeah.
Do you put 3 above 1?
13.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
11.
Interesting.
I was gonna say 7.
That's the exact opposite of the ranking by IMDb average user scores.
Oh, really?
I'll go. You know what? Yeah, I mean 13 and 11 are pretty similar, but I'll go 13, 11, 12.
Mm.
You can answer, Jaden, or are you thinking?
Oh, well, because I was talking about my tier. Like, it's 12, 13, 11 to me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. We can get into quick news chat. Jaden, sorry, Liam, it was you who watched the Knock at the Cabin trailer before we started, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Basically, Jonathan Groff and his boyfriend and his daughter is like getting getting the house broken into by some religious freaks, very religious people. Well, it's interesting because like I don't know what the supernatural element is going to be, or if there is going to be a supernatural element. But Dave Bautista is kind of crazy in the trailer. He's like, "You got to do this thing, or it's the end of the world." So, knowing M. Night Shyamalan, maybe it will be, the end of the world. Maybe there actually will be some shit that happens. But yeah, it looks good.
Do you reckon he's had to start thinking mentally? It's like people expect me to actually end the world, so I'm not going to end the world. Because
he's twisting. He's putting a twist on his own, direct his own themes.
Yeah. It feels very M. Night. I wouldn't be surprised.
I watched a film he wrote and produced but didn't direct recently called Devil, and that was I quite liked it. And once again, it was kind of mediocre reviews. But I guess it's just kind of the way it goes with him. I don't know,
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Yeah. How long ago was that released?
That was a 2010 film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. He wrote, didn't direct it though. No, that's interesting.
Well, what was he doing around 2010? Probably pre-production for The Last Airbender.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would have been. The only other news I have that I just wanted to shout out was the fact that we have some info on Vince Gilligan's next show, which I'm of course very excited about. That dropped this week, so it's a new paranormal drama. Apple TV Plus have grabbed the rights to it, and there was I've sort of been loosely following it. There's been a few articles over the last month since Better Call Saul ended. He's been doing a lot of pitch meetings for his new show, and it's been a bit of a bidding war for it. But Apple TV Plus have won. They've nabbed the rights to Vince Gilligan's next TV series, giving it a 2-season straight to series order. It is being we don't know a lot about it, but it's being described as sort of a blended, grounded genre drama that was described as something closer to the Twilight Zone than we're used to seeing from him. So some sort of supernatural thing going on, which is interesting for him. But the main thing is that he's cast Ray Seahorn as the lead, who of course is Kim in Better Call Saul. So that's fantastic. Very excited about that. And good for her too, leading a show. She's terrific. So awesome. I cannot wait. Apple TV Plus probably coming in 2024 or some shit at this point. But count me in. That's huge news. Cue crickets. Right there. Reminder for the edit. I guess we can get into our highlights of the week. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Jaden, what have you been watching?
Jeez. I've been still working my way through the DC animated canon. And because Stan adds one every week, there's always something fresh. Because I've kind of worked through everything they have now, so I'm just waiting for the next thing they add on. What did I watch this week? Oh, Justice League and the Fatal Five or some shit like that. And it was pretty banging. DC animated movies are kind of confusing to track into what's related to what. But this one was related to the 2004 series, like the Justice League Unlimited, I think. Not like a direct continuation on, but like it used a similar art style, and I think it kind of played on some like the things that they used there.
Oh, weird. Okay.
It's pretty good. People always talk about the DC animation as like the saving grace of Western animation, but like it really isn't. Like it like they range from average to good, and then like with a few that are like really great. But like it's kind of nothing different to like how like your other typical Disney's or other major studio animations go in terms of like what they're doing. This was solid. I don't know. There's it had an interesting cast of characters because like the Justice League they use here was a kind of mixed bunch of like you kind of you have your typical Batman and Wonder Woman and whatever. But then you also like the Green Lantern in this film is I don't know, Jessica Cruz I think her name was, which is not the one you typically see like Hal or John or Kyle or Guy or whoever else Green Lanterns there are. So it was nice to see that character, and then also like the kind of Fatal Five, which are the villains, were not someone I'm familiar with. So it was nice seeing other villains on screen as well, other than your typicals. It was decent. Yeah.
Cool. These are always like they're like 80 minutes long usually, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, which is kind of unfortunate, but like that's kind of like the standard for animation, like in that kind of in that kind of cartoons like animation.
Yeah. Fitzy, your mug is well timed because I'm happy to use Andor. It's my highlight.
Sure.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we had the first 3 episodes drop. It's pretty interesting. Like it really lived up to everything I was hoping from the trailers. Everyone was pointing at this as being something new for Star Wars, something grounded, something different, and it really lived up to that. I thought even more so. Like, it went even harder in that direction than I expected. Like I found the plot sort of like, especially in the first episode, sort of hard to follow a little bit. It was like it was kind of crazy. I just did not expect to be sort of thrown into something that required a bit more of me than Star Wars ever has. So that was pretty crazy. Like it really sort of had the makings of a HBO sort of series. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, no, I thought it was really cool. I don't know if I'm like, well, I'm obviously going to watch it week to week and I'm into it, but like it didn't get me jazzed up or anything like that. Like it didn't get me like psyched up, losing my mind. Like it didn't do nearly anything for me on the level that like Obi-Wan House of the Dragon did, but or he's currently doing. But yeah, I was very intrigued by it, and I was just very taken aback by how much it fulfilled its promise of being different for Star Wars. Yeah. Is that sort of what you took away from it as well, Jaden? Or
yeah. I quite liked. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and I quite liked what I did see. It really is kind of like these 2 episodes I've seen, and I assume the third one as well. It is kind of showing that it is an Andor show and not a Star Wars show. It is about him and not the greater universe at the moment.
Oh, okay. Right. I don't think it'll stay that way.
It probably won't stay like that. Like it'll become about the rebellion, but like at the moment, it is just about him as a character.
Mm.
So I quite like that. Having like such a neat focus. That first scene is very Blade Runner-ish, probably too Blade Runner-ish for my taste.
For Star Wars, for you, yeah.
For Star Wars, like it's exactly what I want from Star Wars, but it felt too much like it was trying to be Blade Runner.
Okay.
Like I want the grittiness, I want the tone, but it just felt like it was kind of taken straight out of 2049.
I can see that,
but it was still like very solid scene.
Really good scene, yeah.
Yeah, I just love seeing the complaints that people have is the exact things that people have been asking for years, of something different, something slower, something tense, and people are now complaining it's too slow, it's too boring, it's too mature. And it's just funny just seeing like the way that the fandom were just is just constantly
fickle.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like what I saw. Yeah.
It struck me immediately as, and especially throughout the third episode as well, like very cinematic, like in a way of like, I love a lot of these other Star Wars shows, but like, my God, like this feels like cinema, like in a way that Star Wars hasn't felt in, I don't know, arguably ever. Arguably since 1983 or whatever you want to say, like hasn't felt in a long time regardless. Yeah, it was especially like, I think the point you're making about it focusing on Andor specifically, Jane, is interesting. Like, I think this first 3 episodes, it's very focused on this one central conflict in this one place. We haven't seen a glimpse of anything larger happening in the galaxy. I haven't seen a glimpse of stormtroopers yet, even, which is like, I really like this idea of it. Slowly, it's starting off in this really personal, small scale place, and it's going to eventually, like, in the same way, sort of parallel the journey of the rebellion. It's going to build out to something larger. Like, thinking about what we're doing with Andor in this episode, on these episodes, and like what he's dealing with, and what the plot is, for example, and like who the antagonists are, and then thinking about how we know his journey ends with helping destroy the Death Star. Like, that's going to be a journey getting from there to there. Like, it's going to be this build. I think that's going to be fun to watch.
Well, even like the Cassian in Rogue One has a very like steep arc of, you know, the operative to the hero. Just like it's not like, even in the show, you know, you're not going to get the full kind of, he's not going to be, I hope he's not a hero by the end of it, because that's not what he is at the start of Rogue One. So, like, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it seems to be holding true to that so far. I mean, we've seen very little, but like so far, he's definitely not an operative. Like,
no, exactly.
We got to get there first.
He's just a bloke, yeah.
Just a dude. Yeah, for sure. You should watch. I couldn't imagine not watching the 3 together though. Like, I'm so glad that they released the first 3, because could you, I don't know, like, actually, I mean, because you didn't watch the third one, and you can probably speak to it better. Like, could you imagine like only watching the first one, for example, like episode 1, and that's all you got for a week?
The thing is, like, I saw IndieWire, and I think I saw IGN, and I think I saw like other people just say like the pacing's clunky, and like, you know, you don't get answers to what you want immediately and stuff. So like,
like television should probably do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like people were complaining about a TV show acting like a TV show.
It does.
But but like these 3, like, for the sake of like people consuming it, probably did have to be dropped together. But
yeah, like, to me, like, we watched them back to back, banged them out as sort of a movie, and like they told a very complete story in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's clear that now the 4th episode is going to probably have a time jump and move on to something else.
I only stopped because it got late when I was watching them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, no, that's totally fair. It's just like, it's totally. I just want to ask you about it because I feel like it would be a different experience watching it.
Like I was fine stopping where I was.
Okay.
My mind isn't as rotten as these young kids that can't consume long form media. You know. Yeah. Bloody Zoomers, you know, kids. You know, whatever.
Dumbass kids. In terms of the pacing and it feeling like those complaints, and it feeling more like a traditional, like a TV show should, which it totally does.
The thing is, and
that's what I like about it. Yeah.
Sorry to like the example I saw was this guy on TikTok. He was like Cassian, the Andor show proves that Star Wars needs to hire an editor, and he's like, look at this opening shot, for example. It's 15 seconds of uncut walking, and like he just like it's just, people just don't understand that, like, it's not. Like, you know, like, as he's like walking through like the thing.
Oh, I know the same. But it's like,
so it's just bizarre. People like he like, once again, it can just come down to preference, but it is just a thing like people don't have the patience for like what this show is trying to be, which is a bit more, you know, slow burn.
I just think it's great that this exists now, like, as an option. Like, if Obi-Wan and Mando's more your flavor, which those are definitely more alike when you're comparing it to this, like, that's great, and that's therefore we're going to get shitloads more of that, and then there's this too, and I think that's great. Like, but yeah, no, someone made the point, like, in terms of like, especially where the episodes end, the first 2, like, they feel more like the comparison I was making to HBO, like, they end on more like, someone put it, I saw, as the episodes and the scenes, they're ending on more like emotional beats than plot beats, if that makes sense. And the third one does it too, sort of. So that's something I'm liking about it too. Like, every time like the episode ended, I was like, oh shit, that's the end. Like, oh my God, I need, like, that wasn't it. Like, it sort of felt like nothing happened to end it, except, but it hit you though. Like, it's whatever the shot was. Yeah.
It's shocking to me how kind of depressing it is. Like, it does feel very like just like the characters are very like these characters that we made in this town, they're very tired. They're very kind of down. You just kind of, I don't know, just kind of in and about in bits, you know, like they just kind of not complete characters as like we traditionally see in Star Wars, and like that kind of surprised me as to like I think they've really successfully nailed like the kind of a small town kind of mood of just like being there, you know. And I don't know, it's just the tone, like the sadness in the tone has surprised me, but I really like it.
Yeah, that's a great point, and it especially feels that way. What's great about that is the fact that it doesn't do it in the way like something like Rebels would, for example, where Rebels would convey that by having like
A tragedy, like a bombing or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, or even just having like a Star Destroyer hanging above the town, or like having like stormtroopers like pushing civilians aside. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing like that at all. Like this is actually a town that seems pretty untouched by the Empire, but still like it sort of looms over like high above it, like, and you still feel that. Yeah. Anyway, Andor, it's cool. It's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited for more. All right, Fitzy, what's up?
I watched The Mist on Netflix. It's a survival thriller kind of thing, survival horror kind of thing, basically. So they're in a small town, right? And there's this massive mist that comes over the mountains, and the mist is deadly, but they don't know why it's deadly. But there's something in the mist, you know. And
Sure.
his father goes to the store with his son to get supplies, but then the mist comes, so they get kind of trapped in the store with all these people. And then it kind of becomes like a Lord of the Flies thing where it's like survival in the store, and there's this religious woman in the store who's kind of convincing people to sacrifice people, and then there's the rational group. Everyone's got every crew's got the rational people. And yeah, it's like basically it's written by Stephen King, the novel. Which I didn't know, but like it's just a very good like survival horror kind of thing, survival thriller kind of thing. Like each character kind of gets picked off by different like decisions. You know, it's kind of like a very moral, like a very like moralistic kind of like you made this decision, you went out into the mist, you die kind of thing. You know, you did X, you get Y back kind of thing. But yeah, it's very, very good, and the ending is like a very, 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 very amazing. It's very depressing. It's very good. But yeah, it's a very fun film. It's a very fun film. I just love like survival films like that. We get like a crew of like 10 people. You don't know who's going to survive. You know. Yeah.
Did Netflix make it a TV series in like the late 10s as well?
I don't know. I watched it on Netflix. It just came to Netflix.
I have a feeling that there was like a long form like TV adaptation.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was like a season, I think.
Definitely possible.
What'd you give it?
I gave it a fat 9, the German say.
Whoa. Okay. Damn.
Yeah. Another 2007 film as well. There you go.
Yeah, nice.
2017, there was the Netflix made a TV show about it.
Oh yeah. 5.4 out of 10.
Wait, the TV show or this movie?
The TV show. That's actually really bad for a TV show.
That shocks me. I thought it was higher than that.
That's real bad. That's like She-Hulk territory right there.
Not as low as the Resident Evil show. Have you seen
No, what's that?
4.5?
Oof. God. I feel like one of the Kardashian spin-offs might have a higher score than that. That's saying something. Ladies and gentlemen, now comes the segment where we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what is the best TV show you've seen in 2022? Actually, good. For a second I thought I typed in 2021 because I don't know what year it is. Because I feel like 2021 still sounds like a year that hasn't happened yet. Weirdly. Anyway. Aiden said, I'll have to agree with Zach because I mentioned Euphoria in my I'm making fun of Jaded in my original post. Euphoria probably takes the cake for me, especially as one of the most memorable Hummingbird and Play Parts 1 and 2 are so well done episodes. I agree totally. I've also heard Severance is good, but haven't watched it yet. I've also heard that. My dad watched it, but I don't know what he thinks. I should check that out. That's the guy who I always think is Ashton Kutcher, but he's not.
No, it's the Parks and Rec guy, don't we? Like, right?
Adam Scott, is that his name?
Yeah.
I always think he's Ashton Kutcher for some reason. So yeah, interesting. Andy said, I haven't watched any TV in 2022 besides Cobra Kai. So maybe Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai has had 2 seasons this year. I just want to point that out, which is like, what the fuck? Season 4 released in January, I believe, and season 5 just came out like a week ago.
Does it still feel like a web show despite being
how do they do that?
Netflix?
I've only seen 2 seasons. The answer is yes.
The first season was like the web show part, right?
Yes.
And then was second season still YouTube, or was it picked up by Netflix at that point?
Good question. I think 2 was still YouTube, and 3 is when it went to Netflix, if I'm right. Okay. I think that's right. So what I have seen does feel web showy, but not in a bad way though. Like I don't think it takes away from it necessarily. It's sort of the whole thing's campy anyway. So it sort of works for it. But Andy says, I can't wait for season 3 of Ted Lasso coming up soon though. Throwback to when Liam ran into my comment from a video related to the show. Nate the Great can go to hell. He sure can. I agree. And then Andy goes on to say, introverts are genuinely awful people in a multi-layered way. I cannot stress that enough now.
Andy,
snakes, a lot of them.
Andy, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
I totally agree. Nate the Great did no favours for introverts.
I mean...
He's a snake, dude.
One way to classify him, I guess.
Dude, he spat on a mirror. Remember that?
He's a spitter.
He's a spitter. Oh, I love that.
Don't go off on introverts. Go off on spitters. Nate. You like to hate Nate?
Wait, you don't?
I don't hate Nate. I think he's a good character. I mean, the transformation is really good.
Yeah, transformation into a piece of shit.
Yeah. Have you guys ever taken a quiz as to whether you're an introvert or extrovert or whatever the fuck?
No, but I really need to.
Because like I assume that, Liam, I assume you feel introverted, right?
Yeah.
And Zach, you probably feel...
I've got no idea.
I feel like I don't know. You're like this. You're an interesting middle ground. I feel like.
I know. I agree, and I'm glad you agree because, I need to take a quiz. I really don't know. I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Liam, now you've got to give your opinion on Jaden.
Oh,
I'm not doing it.
I feel like he's a humble extrovert.
You know, I really appreciate that because I think I am somewhat. For a long time, I thought I was introverted, but like, I don't know. I think
humble extrovert.
I just think I don't like. I'm not overly keen on the whole like social aspect, but like I don't have an issue with it. Kind of is kind of where I am. Is kind of where I'm at. Where like I can talk to people. I'm willing to talk to new people. I have fun talking to new people, but like,
see, my family's going over to this house.
I can't really do it too much.
Oh yeah. See, my family's going over to this house today. I don't know if I'll go. So I think that makes me an introvert. You know?
Oh, like I still prefer the comfort of my my space in my room and whatever. But like like I don't have an issue. Like I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a bit too out to be introvert.
Yeah.
It's tricky. Yeah, humble introvert. Sorry, extrovert was a great way to put that. I can see that. Should that be the question of the show?
Yes. Yeah.
Rate everyone's extrovert level. Luke said, favorite TV show I watched this year was The Boys. I smashed it out in maybe 2 weeks. It was so much fun and the characters were great. Maybe I'll start watching Breaking Bad again later in the year, but then again, maybe not. Luke keeps trolling me with this, by the way. He's been sending me messages about like, I think I used a Breaking Bad GIF to him and he sent me a message like, oh yeah, is that the part where major spoiler, like deep into the show? And he's like, and it's like, how do you know that? Like, he's just messing with me. I don't like it. But thank you, Luke. Thank you. Some quality answers. I feel like this year's been pretty solid for TV so far. A lot of variety already. So with that, Fitzy, what's your answer?
Well, I did continue The Boys and also finished 6 Feet Under, but first full season I watched was The Rehearsal. That was very good. It kind of started out, the first episode kind of made you think that it'd be like a different kind of concept each week, but then by the second week, basically he finds this Angela who wants to like simulate like a home environment like with a child, and then it all kind of becomes about that, and then he kind of like inserts himself into it and like becomes a father and stuff. and it becomes about his own like hopes of like being a father and stuff. So yeah, it's really like it becomes like really meta. The whole show is like really meta like that, and I didn't expect it to become like so like central to one thing. Like it just revolves around this house kind of. But yeah, it's probably like one of the funniest shows I've ever watched. It's like super funny as well. So yeah, that was really good.
Excellent. Yeah, that's still on my watch list. But it's very short, isn't it? That's like you can smash that.
Yeah. Well, the first was like 50 episodes, and the rest 50 minutes, and the rest were like half an hour. So yeah, it's like 6 episodes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's easy. Nice. There's been a fair bit. Like The Last Kingdom, I've talked about that, but 1883 for me for sure has been the winner. Like it was just phenomenal show, dude. Like just a totally satisfying 10-episode run that's so complete. Like it's like the epitome of like what I'd ever hope a limited series would be. Like these days, dude, I can't stand like, especially with the Marvel shows, I can't stand when it's like it's a limited series. Even with Obi-Wan now too, it's starting to happen a bit where it's like, oh, it's a limited series, and then like it ends, and everyone's like, oh, but there might be a season 2. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. I don't know. Just make it a limited series. Commit to it from the start. Tell your story and piss off. You know. And 1883 totally nailed that. Like just totally gorgeous. If you love American Heartland stuff, like it's up your alley. Great story, great characters. It's sort of fulfilled in a way, like it's not sci-fi at all, but like gave me like Westworld season 1 vibes in terms of how well it's made and written. But then like if Westworld season 1 was it and it's just like definitively over, you know, in that sort of way. So yeah, always a strong recommendation there for sure. Jaden, where are you at?
Yeah, I don't really know how much TV I've watched this year. I was trying to think about it, and like there was nothing really. Like I forgot I watched The Boys up until you just mentioned it in like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
I like something I've recently decided like I'm not gonna stick with TV if I find it shit. Like I started The Devil in Ohio, which is the new Netflix kind of crime drama, and I stopped it after 10 minutes because I was like, this isn't my vibe. I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna force myself through TV shows anymore. I just don't want to waste the time.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think I've started a few things and I'm just like, nah. I think I watched Arcane at the start of this year, so I'm gonna use Arcane.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Just fucking spectacular. You know, it has a way of working its way back into the mentioning in the show. Well, that's interesting. Just in terms of video game adaptations, like Cyberpunk Edge Runners is now getting rave reviews.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm keen to watch that one now. But yeah, Arcane is just perfect, really. Yeah.
But it feels. See, yeah, my thing with Arcane was I really, really liked it, but like I can't remember anything about it. Like it just didn't stick with me. I don't know why, but it was not definitively over by any means. I thought it was like sort of a cliffhanger ending, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Like there's surely going to be a second season. Coming.
Okay.
I know nothing about League. Like Liam's probably in the but like I do imagine these characters have like good lore and like a good amount of things that you can tell about them. So like I'd love to see characters like I don't know, Lux and Shaco and who the hell else can be.
Well, like they're like there's whole like places that they can tap into the lore into because like League has lore that they kind of half use for the show.
Yeah,
like it's not exactly the lore, but it's like pretty accurate.
I think I'd like to. I know that they have introduced like this whole planet jumping thing, and like I know League has different like kind of
the hex tech thing.
Yeah, but like I think I would prefer to stay in that one location, but just introduce a few more characters about it.
Well, I think there was that woman like leader from Noxus or something. And there's like a lot of like champions in League that are from there, like Noxus.
Oh, okay.
And then they were hinting that guy might be Warwick. That was like a theory, I guess, but there'll definitely be more champions that'll add.
As always, we'd love you to submit your questions, thoughts, reviews for next week's episode in the YouTube comments section. Send us a DM on Instagram or join the Discord server. Yeah. This week we're asking you, what is the best foreign black and white film? Let us know.
Yeah, come on, Luke. What is it?
Pull together, Luke. Even if it takes you watching some extra films this week, Luke, don't be afraid. You should do it. All right. That's it for this week's episode of Cinema Effect. Fitzy, why did we ask that question? What are we doing next week?
We're doing the oldest film that we would have ever done. M from 1931. We're doing a real classic. It's German black and white, German expressionism. As Jane says. Yeah, it's very highly rated. So hopefully it's not good, not bad.
Hopefully it's not good. Yeah. Oh my god!
I don't think
nervous breakdown, but
I'm not sure if M falls into expressionism because it kind of steers away from like the kind of exact like kind of post-war kind of like kind of mysticism.
Okay,
That
it's
kind
like Wings of Desire. Is that like a German expressionist film?
I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure how. Because I think that kind of toes the line. It probably is. I think that one is. But like when I talk about, I meant more like Nosferatu and like
Okay.
Metropolis and like
Right.
kind of the cabinet of Dr.
Caligari.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah,
Calamari. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll need you guys to take me through that next week. Take me through, Jaden. Clearly define what genre it is for me and give me a lesson. I'd love that. All right. We all appreciate you tuning in. Thanks, Jaden and Liam, for joining me as always. We'll see everyone next week. Have a great rest of your week. And yeah, goodbye.